Yes, good afternoon. I think you can hear me. Please, can you unmute and right? Okay. Today we are going to discuss this session 2 about information technology for e-government project. Actually, the foundation is infrastructure. In this session, we mainly discuss about the IT infrastructure. First, as you know, it is very important ICT infrastructure, but we have already discussed ICT infrastructure only one pillar, right? In addition to the ICT infrastructure, there are other requirements, but without ICT infrastructure, we cannot implement e-government solutions. So I here use the projects because when we talk about digital services or digital transformation, we implement as projects, right? The central government implement infrastructure in large project. In addition, other government institutions, ministries, departments, and other agencies, they can start their projects based on the government infrastructure, or maybe without even without government infrastructure, to provide digital services. Finally, we will see the digital government or GovTech infrastructure. GovTech is the total of all these outcome of all these projects, right? For example, if we discuss about revolution renewal project, right? Now we have a system, right? To develop this system, we should have infrastructure, and also run the service, we need infrastructure. In this session, I mainly discuss about this ICT infrastructure. There are three main components: software technology, network technology, and hardware technology, right? We can discuss from different perspective, but to suit this discussion, I categorize ICT infrastructure into these three categories. I hope it is self-explanatory, and I don't want to explain about what is software, network, and hardware technology. We can discuss in detail with the specific components in the presentation, right? Now we are using software. Even you don't know about complex e-government projects, right? You have an idea about the software, right? If you are using a personal computer, desktop computer, or laptop computer, you need software. Even when you use your mobile phone, smartphone, you use software in your mobile phone, right? But now when we go to e-government services or digital services, we need to select software, right? As you know, software is a we can say recorded instructions. Then computer execute these instructions and provide a service. For example, ATM machine is we can consider it as a digital service, right? Account holders can use ATM machine to withdraw, deposit, and transfer money, right? Then now we will see, when we go to the ATM machine, there are hardware, the machine, and also the screen, the keyboard, etc., and the printer, the card reader. All these are hardware, but we mainly use the software, right? When we insert the card, then we will see the screen, display a message. Sometimes it may be the select language. Thereafter, insert your pin, etc. All these are managed by the software, right? Normally, when we study computer science, we discuss software. We divide software as mainly as two parts: system software and application software, right? Now here I mainly discuss about application software, right? But as I discussed earlier, there are so many other classifications. You can consider here we discuss standalone. Here we will discuss application software, right? Then I would like to discuss application software under three main categories: standalone software, web-based applications, or we can say web-based software, but normally we say web-based applications, right? And ERP systems. What is a standalone software? Standalone software is a software normally we install in a personal computer. It can be a desktop computer or laptop computer or our smartphone. Even smartphone also can run standalone software. Normally we use this standalone software to do a specific task. Also we can say probably these software don't want or don't need or don't interact with other systems. For example, consider Microsoft Word, right? When we install Microsoft Word, we don't connect Microsoft Word with other systems. We write letters, or we use Microsoft Word for word processing. Excel, when we want to do some calculations, we use Excel, right? But sometimes there is a limited we can say limited connectivity between these softwares. For example, if you want to send the same letter but with different recipients, for example, you want to invite you want to send invitation, but you want to change the title of the person who is receiving this invitation, and you want to tell some specific things, right? Then what you can do, you can use mail merge. In mail merge, you can connect Excel as a database, or in Excel you can type recipient details, and then you can insert them into the Microsoft Word, right? Suppose there are 100 persons, then you create only one letter, but you can automatically create 100 different letters using the participants details. The word create, if you instruct correctly, MS Word can create 100 letters, you can say replacing some places as you specified in your template, right? But yes, these standalone software are useful, and we consider they enhance our productivity. But when we discuss or when we go to government projects, right? Government projects to provide service or digital service, standalone software has limited capacity, right? Do you have any question about this category? I am recording this session and I will upload it into the LMS, right? At the end of the session. Normally I will upload, I think I have already uploaded the last week session also. There are advantages and also some disadvantages. Advantages, it is very simply and also highly specialized for a specific task. For example, MS Word, specific, there are so many options and tools and extra services for word processing, and also you have the control, but a disadvantages are you cannot, it is very limited sharing options, and if you want to work as a group, this software does not support for collaboration, right? And also it is difficult to integrate with other system. Right, then here you will see, I try to explain the situation using standalone software. Suppose here there are two ministries, and also in the ministry there are institutions, institution 1 and 2. In ministry 1 and ministry 2 also have two institutions. There may be many institutions, and there are employees, right? The EMP represent an employee. They may have SS mean standalone software in their computers, right? Therefore, if someone want to get a service from these employees, normally they should come to these computers, or otherwise they can send an email, etc. But we can consider here this standalone software does not support sharing. Right? Is it clear? Now you will see standalone software in a real world context. Right? It is clear because of the nature of this standalone software, there is lack of interaction between employees. They can share documents. For example, I can create a letter and send email to another person, right? But because of this limited sharing and collaborative option, then we should physically move and meet each other if we want to work in an office or in any other place, right? Therefore, normally citizens visit these places if they want to get a service when the officers have standalone software. Then what is a web-based application? A web-based application is simply I can explain a web-based application also a type of software, but we don't install it in our computers or personal computers or desktop computers, right? Instead, we install this web-based application is a central server in an institution, right? Or maybe one application can be used by many institutions, but normally a web-based application will be limited to again to a one institution. For example, we can say this Google Gmail also type of web-based application. Microsoft Word, Google Sheets, right? But now here we discuss different kind of web-based application. Since you are government employees, you know about this, for example, overseas leave application, right? It is a web-based application. If a government officer want to go abroad, they should first take permission from. First, they should send a letter to the head of the department. In a university situation, for example, if I want to travel abroad, I should send a request letter to my head of department. Then he will approve it and send to the dean of the faculty. The dean of the faculty send it to the administration branch. Through the administration branch, vice chancellor approve it, and thereafter it goes to the UGC, University Grant Commission. Then University Grant Commission send it to the ministry, right? Now think about this as a web-based application, right? Now you will see it is not limited to one person or one computer, right? I access it through the web browser when I create a leave form, and when I send it, it directly goes to the my head of the department's account, right? When he log into the system, then he will see I have sent send a request to approve my leave. If he approve, it will redirect to the dean. Otherwise, he can send it back to me and ask some more information or resubmit with some issues if I have some issues in my application. Right? This is good example for web-based application. Normally, web-based applications are simple. Normally, we develop or we use web-based application for simple tasks such as request leave, right? Then what is the disadvantage of this kind of web-based applications? Think about it first. Do you have any comment about the web-based application? Do you have any experience with, probably you are using web-based application in your workplace? Can you tell me one web-based application? We don't want to discuss about standalone applications. You are using many standalone applications, right? Even learning management system also we can consider as web-based application. It seems like LMS is complex, but normally we say it is do basic activities, right? And also there are collaboration platforms, online portals for citizens, tax filing, license applications, right? Again, when we go to web-based applications, as I emphasized earlier, a web-based application is a software. It covers only limited processes, maybe one process or two or three processes, or maybe few simple processes. There are, for example, now when I want to apply for license, revenue license, right? I should enter detail and then few institutions involved or interact to issue the license, right? Again, when we compare, we will discuss in the next stage ERP system. It is easy to deploy and manage, and also accessible. It is easy to accessible from anywhere. Standalone software installed in a computer. Therefore, if someone want to use that software, we should go to a computer, specific computer. But in web-based applications, we can access from web browser. Therefore, if you have internet access, you can use web-based applications, right? Again, the problems or disadvantages are we need a reliable internet connection. It is common for ERP too. But in addition, security also may be less when compared with the ERP application, because these applications are standalone. Therefore, there may be some loopholes, and hackers can come and use these. We can say these loopholes to access the system, right? And also it is difficult to maybe sometimes we can say difficult to customize, right? This diagram illustrates, it seems like kind of a complex diagram, but if you understand, if you try to understand, then you will see now employee use both standalone software and also web-based application. WB means web-based applications, right? Now you see in institutions there is an extra component. There are two components in the institution. One, like you will see, it's like a three computers together. It represents a server, right? As I explained earlier, we install web-based application in server. Sometimes there may be one server or maybe more than one server, right? But anyway, when we install these web-based application in a server, then employees don't want to move to these servers to use this software, right? They can access from their computers, and also there is a significant improvement in this kind of structure. You will see this. You will see some icons with three people, right? Consider they represent general public or citizens, right? Now when citizens need to do some task, if there is a web-based application, they can log into the system and use that system, right? For example, as I explained earlier, if you want to renew your revenue license, then you can go to the motor traffic department revenue license renewal application. We say it's a web page, but actually it is not a normal web page. Share information with audience or participants or people who are using the website. This license renewal system is a complex, not that much complex, but we can say like it is. It is interlinked with insurance companies, and also definitely move with motor traffic department, and also this environmental certification agencies like LAF, and maybe there's another company issue environmental certificate for vehicles, right? Now it is very important that citizens have more flexibility. They can interact these government agencies through the internet. If there are web application, even if it is a small application, it is beneficial for the citizens. Right? Sometimes there may be one large, for example, in the Ministry 2. In Ministry 2, you will see there is a one large server. We can install web-based application in that server. Then both institutions may access it, right? Now I have given a little bit more text in the slides, because when you go through the slideshow, it may help you to understand the concept. But normally when I explain, I don't read these text, right? Because I mainly discuss about the application side or practical side, right? Therefore, I will talk about the systems, but these slides may help you to understand the concept, right? Then third one is ERP systems or enterprise resource planning systems. Now when we say enterprise, it covers a large scope when compared with the institution or individual person's computers, right? Normally we use the term ERP, enterprise resource planning system, in businesses, right? As you know, business is an entity. There are maybe 5 or 6 departments: research and development, marketing, finance, accounting, and also manufacturing. Sometimes maybe we can say purchasing department, right? Now here you will see in a business environment, about 20 years ago, maybe yes, 15 to 20 years ago, they use separate standalone software, so web-based type simple software in businesses, right? But the concept of ERP is there is only one database or one system. We can develop, we call modules, right? We develop modules in these ERP systems. Then users can access these modules. Normally when we have an enterprise resource planning system, there is a central database and also automated workflows and improved efficiency and decision making. Since ERP systems span between organizations and also within organization, if there are more than one department, section or entity, they also can collaborate through the ERP system, right? For example, when marketing department discuss or when they want an order, they will just pass it into the purchasing or maybe manufacturing department if it is a manufacturing firm. Then the manufacturing department can see the order detail and they can check whether they have raw materials to manufacture the specified item. Then if they have, they can continue, otherwise they can quickly send request to purchasing department, right? Likewise, now a message can be passed to production department or manufacturing department, then they know about the new order or upcoming order, right? Now you will see this advantages of ERP system is improved efficiency and productivity, better data visibility and reporting, streamlined business processes. Disadvantages are now, as you can guess it. Now, for example, here you will see, here you will see ERP system here. Now we will see here ERP system is mainly run on servers, and then citizens and also other employees can log in, access these services through the web page. Then you may have a doubt or confusion about what is the difference between. It is clear standalone software and web-based applications are different. There are so many different characteristics, but it seems like this ERP applications are similar to web-based applications. What is the difference? Do you have any answer? The difference is normally web-based applications cover, or its scope is subsection of an organization. Even in a business, as consider bank, a web-based application in a loan application system, users can apply for a loan, right? But when they apply, they should enter all their details. Even there are bank customers, right? Even there are bank customers. For example, consider again in government schools, they can develop web-based applications to apply to schools. Then what parents should do? When parents should enter the system, create account, they should enter their details, right? They should maintain kind of a isolated profile in schools or maybe within educational divisions, right? Maybe we can say, right, Borlasgamuwa education zone, right? If I want to apply, since I live in Borlasgamuwa, I should go to the website and then select, or I should go to the Borlasgamuwa education zone. I should enter detail, right? Then sometime if I want to apply another school in maybe in a Colombo, again I should provide all the detail. because web-based applications are different. Even they have interaction, right? It is very limited. But now consider, right? In our government, they have a common database or one database. The education ministry, they don't get our, they have access to the person registration department, right? Then they don't ask our detail, right? Only ID number, NIC. Then when I enter NIC, they can read all the detail about me and also our other, if I'm doing it, the kid, and then kid details also they can access, right? Now you can see here this web-based ERP applications are easy to use since it combine not only one ministry, sometimes it will interact or collaborate with many ministries, right? In other countries, I didn't see good example from Sri Lanka, but for example in Sweden, right, the government painted one single database in the tax department, right? Then if I want to get some service, or I can go to health department or health ministry website or education website. When I log in, I can provide my social security number. When I enter social security number, it can be health ministry or education ministry or any other department. Even bank also can access my basic details, right? Now I don't want to provide any detail, then I can request or I can get the service. For example, if I want, suppose now I want to buy a mobile phone, I don't have money, then I will decide to get installment plan. Then when I go to the private businessmen or mobile phone shops, right? If I want to buy a phone or any other item from any other shop, it can be very expensive one, even maybe 100,000, right? Or more than 100,000. Normally, like iPhone, maybe about 400,000 in Sri Lankan rupees. Now I don't want to provide any document, right? I have to provide only a document to identify and authenticate. For example, maybe my driving license, national identity card, or maybe passport. When I give one of these documents, they will enter my social security number, and then within 5 seconds they will see my details, and then they can see my income, whether I have any default loans or whether I have very bad financial history, right? Then they can reject. Otherwise, within 5 seconds they will accept it, and I can buy a product with an installment plan, right? The same thing apply if I want to apply for a driving license, right? I have to fill only 5 details, because all the government institutions are linked with the common infrastructure. This infrastructure has built, although we use the term ERP, I would like to use that term to explain you about the about the e-governance system, right? Do you have any idea, or have you ever worked in that kind of system in Sri Lanka? There may be, but even I didn't see it as ERP, total independent ERP, total integrated ERP system, right? Now here you will see sometime we can provide one page for all the ministries, right? The presentation can be different. Now here you can see, now before to that place. Now we have discussed these three type of applications, right? Or these three type of software. Do you have any comment or question about these three types? Right, now I think it is obvious for the government, right? What type of software is the best selection for government agencies? Standalone software or web-based applications or ERP systems?
I think it will depend on the purpose.
Yes, your answer is correct. It will depend on the purpose. For example, sometime it can be a web-based application or standalone application. But if we go for a kind of a more citizen-friendly e-government services, then what can be the? For example, in other countries like Sweden, when we go to hospital, right, when I meet the doctor, they don't give any prescription, right? Then they will just tell only, yes, you have some medicines, take from a pharmacy, right? Then I can go to any pharmacy in the country. When I go there, when I give my identity card, NIC, they will see my detail, right? And also there are welfare systems, social welfare system. Suppose I am a person and I have a kind of a welfare plan from the government. As you know, now in Sri Lanka we have this Aswasum, etc. We change the name time to time, right? Then I am eligible to buy, or I am eligible to buy free medicine, or maybe I have any other special requirement, right? Then the pharmacy don't want to get any detail from me. When they enter my NIC number, they will see whether I have any welfare facility, right? Then they will issue medicine free of charge, right? Then we can discuss many applications like this one, right? Now if we want to get a kind of a if we want to provide a more convenient service, then ERP system can be the best or like the most suitable, but it depends on the purpose. Sometimes we need only very simple system. For example, suppose in government hospital there are clinics, right? Normally a patient, suppose a patient want to go to, and he regularly go to the diabetic clinic, right? Then the diabetic clinic can use a very simple web-based application. When the patient want to book a time, he can log into the web-based application and he can book a time. Right? We don't need a complex system, right? But it is very clear standalone software cannot support that kind of services. Is it clear? If we are using only standalone software, we cannot provide that service. But if we have it can be a very simple web-based application. Then patients can register and they can book a time. Then they don't want to come early morning and stay in the clinic in large queues, right? They can come on time. Normally when we go to hospital in other countries, we don't see many people. It doesn't mean there are no patients, right? But they have systems. Normally these systems provide booking facility. Therefore, people don't come and wait in the hospitals. They will come on time. Right, if you have any other question, we can discuss. Otherwise, now we have discussed about what is standalone software. Right, and thereafter we discuss about web-based applications. And then ERP systems, enterprise resource planning system. I select this one since you can read so many books about ERP systems, and normally it is module wise. Module wise means we can add modules. Suppose instead of printing a book, we write first introduction chapter. Thereafter we can publish small chapters to match our base book, right? For example, now consider the Sri Lankan government can create a base database, right? The ERP, the core of the ERP is a database, central database. It can be a decentralized database also. We can discuss next, right? Anyway, when we have integrated database, then hospitals or maybe health ministry, education ministry or schools, and then provincial councils, all these government institutions can reuse this central database.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Can we get this fuel distribution process, sir? QR process?
QR, you mean the QR code processor?
Yes, sir. ඒ කියන්නේ
Yes.
දැන් මේ දවස්වල භාවිතා කරනවනේ අපි මේ තෙල් බෙදා හැරීම සඳහා QR කෝඩ් එකක් ඒක
Yes.
ERP එකක් විතර ගන්න පුළුවන්ද සර්?
I see it is rather ERP system. We can consider it as a web-based application. But your question is very important one, right? Because when we analyze, sometimes it is very difficult to see difference between web-based application and ERP system. Then we QR code system එක fuel distribution එකට ඒකට අපිට ආගියු කරන්න පුළුවන් ඒක web based application එකක් කියලා. එහෙම නැත්නම් ERP එකක් කියලා. Right? But we can discuss in detail. Actually, we don't know the exact, but as we know now, now the system has linked with motor traffic registration, motor vehicle registration database, right? Therefore, we can say yes, this is a part of the ERP. Also, we can say this is a kind of web application, right? For example, suppose if I have a vehicle, the vehicle already registered in the motor traffic registration department. Their database, there is a record, I am the owner of this vehicle, right? Now suppose this data in motor traffic registration department. Now what is the issue? Where is the problem? The problem is fuel distribution, right? It can be another ministry or department. Now they need to provide a kind of a system to limit the fuel for a vehicle. For a vehicle, as we know now, for a motorbike, maybe 5 liter, etc. Right? Now we can consider like suppose it is the question in this case is Petroleum Corporation, right? I don't know is it correct, but we can say okay, Petroleum Corporation is the related department, and they have these fuel stations. There are private fuel stations too, but Petroleum Corporation create a web application, right? Now what is the first issue? The Petroleum Corporation, they don't have detail about the vehicle and vehicle owners, right? Now as your question was what is it, now we can say like okay, now suppose Petroleum Corporation create a new application, web application vehicle owners should register. Then we can say it is more towards a web-based application. But Petroleum Corporation, they don't say you means the citizens or vehicle owners should enter all the detail, right? What they can do, they can link their application. It can be an app or web page. They can link their system to the database, motor traffic registration database, right? Now, if I have a vehicle, when I log into the Petroleum Corporation, we can say National Fuel Fast System, right? When I enter my NIC, the system can send SMS they can send a kind of a token to my registered mobile phone, right? Thereafter, I can log into the system, and then I can go to a petroleum. I can go to a fuel station and I can buy some fuel. Then it will be registered in the Petroleum Corporation's new app, or we can say new software system, right? Now they also have a database, because they cannot use motor traffic department database to record how much fuel have used by individual vehicles. They should maintain a database, but they use motor traffic department database as a source, right? In that case, we can say it is more related to the ERP concept rather than just web application, right? We can consider we can discuss this going deeper. Suppose, as you know, some vehicle provide essential services. For example, consider public transport buses and maybe taxis, registered ones, right? Now these buses and maybe taxis should register in Sri Lanka Transport Board. It is another institution. Okay, දැන් හිතන්න එතකොට මේ transport board එකේ register වෙලා තියෙන බස් එකකට taxi එකට අපි කියනවා double දෙනවා කියලා fuel quota එක. We can there is a government rule, they will issue double of the quota per week for the special category. Now the issue is motor traffic department may not have whether this bus is using for a public transport or taxi or school service, right? It is registered in another department or ministry. They also have a database. Now what we can do, we can link or we can create I will discuss later the term API, application programming interface. Although it is a technical term, you will understand, I will explain it very simply, right? Now we means the system don't want to otherwise what we want to do, we should register these buses and school vans. There should be a certification process. We can tell bus owners you should provide the registration certificate, but we can simplify the process. We can develop our system. Consider transport board. They have registered all public transport vehicles, right? We can develop our fuel pass systems to link with that transport database. If the vehicle, for example, I have a van, I have registered as a school van in the transport board, then the system automatically promote my vehicle or categorize my vehicle as a public transport vehicle. And then when I go to the fuel station, they will give me double quota. That means maybe 40 or 50 liters per week. Is it clear? Now, definitely we can consider it is not like a simple web application, because now this fuel pass system, it is a complex one, not only one organization or one ministry, right? It link many organizations. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Right, now we can yes, here these are some, I try to help students illustrating the situation, right? Otherwise this is not a very complex diagram, right? When we consider government project, ERP the most suitable architecture or software system, but based on the requirement, even web-based application also can be used in some of the government institutions. In some countries have national level ERP system. Now here I use the ERP system. I am using that term to explain students the idea, right? But when we do country level, we cannot say it's ERP. It is National Information System, right? Now we have an issue how these different systems interact. For example, in our case, Petroleum Corporation developed an app or web-based application. Sorry, now I don't use the web-based application. You may confuse with our three types. We can say it is a ERP application, right? But now since they don't have detail of the vehicle numbers, registration numbers and vehicle owners, how they get these detail? What are the possible solutions? Suppose what they can do, suppose today we start this application, right? We can request a copy of the database from the motor traffic registration department. What is the problem with this solution? Do you see, are there any problem in this solution? Now today we can get the whole copy of the motor traffic registration database. What is the issue? The issue is what will happen to the vehicles registered tomorrow, day after today. Petroleum Corporation don't know about the new vehicles, right? Therefore, we cannot take it as a good solution. Yes, we can tell now, we can decide now, every day morning, Petroleum Corporation database will be updated. Right? It is one solution. But normally what we do, even for the update, how we do this update? We can use API or application programming interface, right? The other method is we write our application. When someone want to register, the person log into the Petroleum Corporation website, they will click register. When they click register, the Petroleum Corporation send a request. A request means it is not a kind of a call or something like that. It send a kind of a signal, or we can say electronic message to the motor traffic registration system, right? The request can be a person says ABC 123P 1234 is a registered vehicle in the motor traffic registration department of Sri Lanka, and owner name and chassis number is this one. Is this correct? Right? Now the motor traffic registration department check the request and send only a message, sometime yes or no. If it is yes, Petroleum Corporation can register the new user, and then the user can continue the registration process, right? And also now there is an issue, what will happen if the motor traffic department delete a vehicle from their system? Now our petroleum corporation system, they don't know about the removed vehicle from the motor traffic department. Again, if we develop now every day, maybe not every time, every day morning, our system can send a request to the motor traffic department requesting deleted vehicles. Deleted vehicles means removed vehicle due to different reasons. It can be because of the accident, some vehicles condemned, right? The other way, the motor traffic department, they can send, when there is a vehicle removal from the registration, they can send it into the on time to the petroleum corporation, right? Now this message passing we consider as application programming interface via API, right? Now I have given another example. For example, consider now, I don't know, when you apply for the apply for the university entrance from the UGC, maybe manual method or online method. Actually, when we apply, we don't want to enter our A-level result. Why? Our A-level result is recorded in the examination department. What we want to do, the student should provide only NIC number. When NIC number entered, the University Grant Commission's application portal or university entrance system can create, or we can design with an API. When a student enter NIC, the UGC system directly contact the examination department, and the examination department will return the set score of that student, right? This is another example for API. Right? There may be other examples, but I will skip now. I think it is enough, right? Now, when we talk about ERP systems, there are centralized or decentralized systems, right? For example, consider the central government create one system or one central system for all schools in the country. Or maybe the education system maintain a different ERP system. I use the term ERP, we can say national system, and health system use a different database and system, right? But if they have interaction, we consider as ERP system. So it is good for the e-governance projects, right? Even in Sweden, different districts, they have different health systems, but these systems are integrated, right? But here idea is centralized means one main server, decentralized means there may be two different servers or different systems, right? Normally what we see in government infrastructure, it is a combination of centralized and decentralized. Normally in Sweden also, because I have experience about the Sweden system, that I am talking about Swedish system, the mainly tax registration system managed by the population registration department, right? Everyone will be registered in a central database at the birth, or if someone go for more than 1 year residence time, or if someone get a permanent residency or citizenship, then they also be register in that population registry. We can consider it as a centralized system. Then all the persons live in Sweden as data has recorded in this centralized system. We call public population registry, right? Now they can develop another national health system, but in addition they have developed regional health system, right? Then these regional health systems, sometimes they maintain special systems for their regional users, right? Then we can consider this as a combination of centralized and decentralized uh, implementation, right? Right now, do you have any question about the software selection? Now, I think even it is only about 5 slides, right? In any e-government project, right? We mainly see this kind of software systems. It is very good you ask question about the National Fuel Pass. Now you will see, if you know the basics, you can easily understand about these e-government projects, right? The purpose of I think I have 5 lectures. I will try to explain in very simple terms how these technology is used in e-government projects. Do you have any question about the software? Okay, now it is about 1 hour past. I started this about 5:15, right? Now I will stop the recording for 10 minutes, right? We can take a 10 minutes and we can start the session, the network selection part, right? I will exactly start about 3:25, right? It's about 10 minutes. Sorry, I think you can hear me again, right? Now we can discuss about the network selection. Again, we need a basic knowledge about computer networks. I'm not going to explain what is a computer network. I hope everyone know what is a computer network, right? But here I will discuss with reference to e-government projects, right? Yes, I have included a basic idea. Computer network is interconnected computers. They support to communicate and collaborate now, right? These are general things. And also you may heard about these 3 type of networks, right? Internet, extranet and intranet. I am very happy if someone can explain me the difference between these 3. Then I can, based on your answer. Are there any volunteer? Can you please briefly explain what is internet, extranet and intranet? Are these 3 terms familiar to you? Yes, Madhushani, do you know about these 3 type of networks? Or maybe Sepali? Oh, sorry, Sasepali.
Yes,
Yes. Yes, Madhushani.
the internet is global public network
Yes.
accessible to everyone.
Yes. Oh, yes, correct.
Intranet is a private network used within an organization.
Okay.
Extranet is a private network that allows limited access to outsiders.
Yes. Yes, we can say, like, suppose now we can say if you go to People's Bank, we can discuss about People's Bank, right? Then what is the internet is global network, it not belongs to People's Bank, right? But People Bank has developed some web pages and they have put in the internet, right? Therefore, if you type peoplesbank.lk, as I remember it is LK, or sampathbank.lk, right? Or maybe University of Sri Javardhanapura.ac.lk, right? It is your university web page. Now everyone can see these web pages because these web pages are stored in the internet, right? The technology is, we can say, internet, right? Normally it is pre-access, right? There is no limitations. But then what is intranet? As Madhushani said, thank you for your answer. Then we can say intranet is private. Now, as you know, the bank manager, bank officers, they have access to our accounts and also loan files, the phoning records. All these things are private, right? In our university also have intranet, our student marks and also our schedules. All these are protected from other users. Only employees of the institution can access to this, access to the content of the intranet. But normally we don't build physically different infrastructure for internet and extranet and intranet, right? We have only one computer, we can say one communication channel, and also maybe the same servers. But using software architecture, there are limitations, right? For example, we cannot normally go to People's Bank intranet if we don't have a valid account, right? Even managers can access it from outside. Now I can access our intranet even from my home. Then actually it seems like I am using the internet, right? But don't confuse, we can say as even the technology is same, we consider intranet as a private network, right? Even from another country I can access to my university personal pages. If I am a head of the department, I have access to others' details too, right? Then what is extranet? Extranet is even someone is not an employee, some of the functions or some of the pages we open with a kind of a limited access. For example, as a registered online banking customer, I can log into People's Bank online banking, right? Then what I can see? Can I see others' details? No, I can see only my account, right? For example, when I log into, you also log into other banks, right? People's Bank or any other bank, then normally you will see only your bank accounts, right? Their balance, and also you can transfer money, right? You can transfer money, and also you can do some, you can open account or sometimes close account, right? It depends on the bank. In university also, students have some specific pages. They can see, I don't know whether you have access. For example, LMS also we can consider, right? LMS, when you log into your LMS page, for example, in this EXT LMS faculty LMS, it is different from undergraduates, right? Then you will see your courses only. You will see all the courses, but you cannot go to all the courses, right? Our technicians, they have configured system. You can see only content if you are a student, registered student in a specific course, right? Then you can submit assignments, you can read lecture notes, and also use other resources in these pages. I think it is very clear now. This extranet is limited, right? Now, for example, we can consider in the government projects, right? When we design a government project or digital services, we want to combine or we want to use all these three type of network technologies, right? For example, you can consider this fuel fast system. When you log in, then you log in as an extranet user, right? But this fuel fast system, petroleum corporation, I don't know whether it is petroleum corporation, I will say petroleum corporation employees, they have more access or more, they can see more content when they log in as employees. In addition, if you want, we can create one or some pages to explain about what is fuel pass system as internet pages, general web pages, right? This is the difference between these three types. The network selection. Here, I think I don't want to explain this. You can see it later because I already explained. General public unregistered use the internet, intranet. This is with reference to government projects, government employees only. Also only employees working in that institution, right? For example, in the labor ministry employees, they can access on the labor ministry intranet. Again, it is very important to note that, for example, in the People's Bank, right, the manager can see maybe all the detail in the bank, in the branch, but other employees have limited access even their employees, right? For example, I can see only courses I am teaching in my intranet, right? We can consider LMS also have internet, intranet and extranet features, right? Then extranet is registered users, we can say citizens, businesses and NGOs, right? Therefore, I think you can understand it. Now here, in government project, we can link these three type of networks. Internet, sometimes send and get information from extranet, and also internet sometimes get information and send information to intranet, and also there may be link between intranet and extranet, right? Now when we link internet, extranet and intranet, then we have more efficient and effective we can implement more efficient and effective digital services for our citizens, right? Otherwise, sometimes we duplicate data if there is no link between these type of network, right? If you have any question, you can ask about these three, right? I limited the networks discussion of network for these three slides, right? Do you have any question about? Okay, otherwise we can discuss about hardware selection. Again, I didn't discuss about selection of network. Again, the answer is it depends on the question or it depends on the digital service, right? Okay, now we can discuss about hardware selection. Again, here I am not going to discuss about what is a computer monitor, keyboard and system unit, CPU, RAM, right? I guess as general users, you know about what is a CPU or central processing unit, keyboard, mouse and different type of devices, right? But here instead we go for a kind of a discussion about the overall hardware selection for a project, right? Now we can discuss from different perspective. If we go to 20 years ago or 15 to 20 years ago, suppose you are working in a government project, right? You want to implement a system like this national fuel fast system, or maybe our national examination system, or maybe our some health systems. Normally, how we develop this system or plan this system, Now you have idea about software, right? So probably we will use web-based application or ERP as our software. What is the next question? The next question is, we should buy computer hardware to run these software systems, right? Then the question is, if you buy hardware, then it will be a very complex scenario. Why? It is not just like a computer that employees use in their office, right? We don't know our users, means citizens, they want to access our system 24 hours, right? And therefore our servers, when we install software in a server, our server should run 24 hours, 365 days, right? Therefore we need special server rooms. They should be AC, air conditioned, otherwise they will heat and maybe damage. And also we need security systems. Therefore we need to hire network operators, right? They also should be there 24 hours, right? Now I'm talking now, we buy everything. Everything means all servers, that means CPU, keyboard, everything we buy, and then we configure. We need to install operating system. You know, we need kind of a server operating systems are complex than our normal operating systems like Windows 11 or Ubuntu, right? We need very complex operating system like Linux, right? Then what is the alternative? We say on-premises means we buy everything, we set up server rooms, we hire network specialists and also security experts to maintain our servers, right? What is the other option? Now today we talk about, normally we don't select on-premises hardware as the best solution. Sometimes it can be the best, but most of the time what we do, we don't buy our own hardware. Instead we go to the cloud computing. What is the meaning of cloud computing? Again, cloud computing can be personal cloud or general shared cloud. Now here we are talking about cloud computing means we don't maintain servers in our premises. Instead, there are two options. I will discuss one option first. We buy, instead of buy, it is better to say we can rent computers from other companies, or we can say third parties, right? Examples, do you know some examples for cloud computing providers? The world famous is AWS, Google Cloud, and also DigitalOcean. In Sri Lanka, I think Dialog and Telecom, right? These companies also provide cloud computing, right? For example, suppose now we develop this national fuel fast system, right? National fuel fast system, we need computers. Then if we try to implement our own premises, we want to go for tenders and build server rooms, so many tasks. But if we go for cloud, within few hours, again we should go for a kind of a tender, but we can easily compare prices and we can select a company. Then within few minutes, actually they can give us running computers because they have already installed computers with operating systems, right? Then now I think you have basic idea about on-premises source cloud computing. Now we can discuss on-premises infrastructure and what are the advantages, right? Normally when we go for on-premises infrastructure, we have full control, hardware, software and security. And but we need high upfront investment. We should buy computer servers, very expensive, and also space, IT experts to maintain these, right? But we have to use sometime traditional setups where data independence of data is critical, or data, if data are very sensitive, then it's still better to have a kind of our on-premises infrastructure. Then what is cloud computing? Services like storage service, I will discuss in detail later. Normally we say cloud, right? But it is not simple. We can discuss what kind of cloud services we can get. Normally operated by third party. That means if we want, we can create our own cloud, right? Then it is a question again whether we say it is on-premises or cloud, real cloud, right? We can easily scalable and cost effective. We normally say pay as you go. If you pay only if you use, only you pay, right? And also past deployment and disaster recovery. That means past deployment means now if you need a server, you can go to AWS or Azure or DigitalOcean or Sri Lanka Telecom. You can get within maybe few minutes, right? You can install your system. This scalability and cost effective is very important. I will tell you very simple example. I will explain this using simple example. Now, as you know, think about our national examination department, right? Normally we have three very important exams: grade 5 scholarship exam, O-level exam, and A-level exam. As you know, we can say January issue is grade 5 scholarship result, April issue O-level result, October issue A-level result, right? Now, how many participants for these exams? As I know, grade 5 there may be about 500,000, 500,000. O-level also may have about 400,000 or 4 million. A-level there may be around 300,000, 0.3 million users, right? Now suppose if we buy our servers hardware, we should buy many servers, because when the public media announce grade 5 result released, or O-level result released, or A-level result released, all students and their relatives, they will try to log into examination department. Then how many users will try to link and get details? Detail means results from these servers at once. Sometime within a specific time, after announcement gone to the public, after maybe 20 to 50 minutes, there may be 200,000, 300,000 people trying to log into A-level examination system, A-level, O-level, or grade 5 examination system to check results. Then definitely, then we should buy very large servers, right? Suppose we have money, then we can buy very large servers, and then we can provide service without any issue. But what is the disadvantage? After few minutes, the traffic will drop. After maybe few days, again there are only maybe 500 users or 300 users at once in examination systems. But throughout the year, we should maintain this large server base. Right? Now you will see the disadvantage. Right? Then now consider, instead we are maintaining these servers, what we do, we hire servers from one of the cloud computing providers, and then we install our examination system in their servers, right? Now Normally we buy a very small server, right? A small server. In cloud computing, there is an option we can configure our system when number of users increase to automatically create another server or get a copy of the another server. For example, we have only one server, called exam system, and it can provide service for 25,000 users at once. Now when the result is issued, now people log into the examination department. When the number of users exceed 25,000, automatically create another server called, maybe we can say copy 2, right? Now that server also can handle another 25,000 users. We call there are load balancers, right? Now if the number of users exceed 50,000, another server will automatically create. We call elastic servers, right? Now you will see this is very cost effective, right? On other words, before the announcement, we can create, not automatically, we can create maybe 20 servers. When we create 20 servers, now we have a powerful system to cater at once 500,000 users. Our servers will not damage or will not stuck, right? You have idea about stuck a computer, right? When you are using a computer, if you open so many applications, sometimes your computer will stuck, right? That can happen for the servers if there are many users. For example, think about a shop, a small road. At once, if there are 1,000 people come to buy something, what will happen? It creates a congestion and heavy traffic. Anyone cannot come to the shop, right? It is not exactly same scenario, but we can consider when there are many people or many users, many connections to a server, it can break, right? But now because of this cloud computing, what we can do in advance, we can create 20 servers, so we can set up system to automatically increase. Then after 2 or 3 days, when there is no traffic, we can delete maybe 19 servers. Again, we have only one server. Now we should pay only these 20 servers for maybe 2 to 3 days, right? Is it clear? Now you will see when you are using cloud computing how we manage scalability and how it is cost effective. Do you have any question about up to this part about the on-premises versus cloud computing? Right, now this is the basic idea about on-premises versus cloud computing. Cloud computing means we are getting computing resources, not only hardware. I will explain in the next slide, right? We can say cloud computing is getting computing resources from cloud. Now here, normally you have seen only the term cloud computing, but when we as project managers, so if you want to involve in government or digital ICT projects, right? It is better to understand exactly, you should get kind of a clear understanding about what is computing. Cloud computing is just term, right? There are 3 types of cloud computing called SaaS, PaaS or IaaS, right? Or can say IaaS, PaaS or SaaS, right? I will start with infrastructure as a service, or the bottom one, right? The bottom one means we buy, not actually again, sorry, I say buy, instead buy, we can say we rent hardware parts. For example, servers, hard disk, RAM, computers with RAM. There is no software, right? Suppose, for example, our national fuel system, we need only hardware. We have all operating system, we have our software, the application, web-based application or ERP application, right? We need only a computer to install our newly developed fuel pass system. Then we can go to one of the cloud computing service or cloud computing provider. Then we can buy, it is a kind of a blank computer. You go to a shop and buy hardware, right? But they provide how to operate it, some access. Then what we do, we install operating system first, can be a Linux or any other operating system. Then we install database software, and also then we install some development platform, and then finally we can install our fuel fast system, right? Now we maintain this software part, platform part, but we rent only hardware. Then we say we use infrastructure as a service cloud computing, right? Then we can go to the next level. Suppose then we consider, now when we use infrastructure as a service, we need people to install operating system. We need people to maintain some security and also some kind of platform maintenance. Therefore, the next level, we can consider the next level, platform as a service, right? Suppose we have developed our national fuel fast system using, maybe we can say it as we need a Linux operating system with Postgres SQL server, or MySQL server is the SQL server, and we need maybe like it is developed with Java, therefore Java runtime system, right? Now what we do, we go one level up and we ask from some cloud service provider, in addition to hardware, please give us a running computer server, Linux, and also Postgres, and also some other development basic software, right? Then what we do, we install only our software, because there is operating system, there is a security system, and also there is load balancers and other systems, and also they have a database, right? Now what we do, we install our application or ERP system. Now we don't need network managers and security experts, right? We need only software development team, and we can say DevOps, right? Now this is the next level, platform as a service. Right, now we can go to another level up, right? Now we see we would like to use already developed system from the market, right? Then what we can do, then we can go to software as a service level. That means it is difficult to use for this kind of a fuel pass system. Suppose there are already developed systems for other countries, not only for other countries, but these service providers, they have fuel pass systems similar web-based applications or ERP system. Then what we do, we tell them, we need to use your software as a service. We don't develop any software. They will give us administration account. We will create users and we use the system, right? Especially in ERP systems, we go to this level, right? I think you are also using SaaS level systems. Can you give examples? You are also using some of the software as a service cloud computing services. When you use Office 365 or Google Docs, Google Excel sheet, Google Sheets. When you use Google Sheets, do you install Google Sheet application? It is a software. You don't install Google Sheet, Google Docs or Google Slides, right? They are already installed in their servers. What you do, you just log in and use these systems, right? There are software like some data analysis software. then you don't want to install. What you do, you just log into systems and you use, then you pay a monthly rental or yearly rental. Now you don't want to worry about anything about the maintenance. You don't need to maintain hardware. You don't need to maintain software and other development softwares, right? Instead, now you have totally working system developed by others. You access, just register and use these systems, right? Is it clear? There are 3 levels of cloud computing, and then it is better to understand these 3 levels, because when you are actually, you are not IT expert, and we cannot train you as IT expert within these. I have only 15 hours as I know, right? But these basic knowledge are very important and essentials. When you are in a discussion, sometimes they will discuss, or sometimes you can suggest based on your knowledge, for these projects it is better to go to cloud computing. But you shouldn't say now cloud computing. You can exactly say, okay, we can buy hardware. Then you can say infrastructure as a service. Or there may be advantages in using, if you are using infrastructure as a service, because you have more control. You can install any software, right? But when you go to platform as a service, there is kind of restrictions. Then when you go to software as a service, you have more restrictions. Even it is more easy to manage, right? Now you will see, when you go up, it is easy to use. But when you go up, you have lack of control. You cannot customize Google Sheet, right? But you install your version, your Google, not Google Sheet, you can install your own spreadsheet software, right? There are some free software, so you can develop, or any other software, and then you have more control if you go to the second level. If you go to first level, then you have kind of a freedom to install any operating system and other development environment, and then you can install your softwares without any limit, right? This is the idea of 3 level of cloud computing. If you have any question, you can ask, or any comment. Right now, I have prepared this as a kind of this animation, right? But I have already explained. Here you will see infrastructure as is the base, then platform as a service, and right. Okay, now here you will see this again. This is the same idea. I want to explain same idea. Here you will see, when we say infrastructure as a service, servers and storage, some networking, firewall and basic security, data center, kind of a physical plant. But when you go to platform as a service, you will get development tools, database management, business analytics, etc. Operating system also included in the platform as a service. When you go to software as a service, we say hosted applications. Hosted means they are running applications. You are getting access to those running applications, right? Now here you will see, if you can now, since maybe you may have a difficulty, therefore I will click here. Now you will see this is a AW pricing calculator, right? If the link is broken, sometimes they change time to time, right? Now here you will see, even you don't have idea about cloud computing, you can select a computer and see the cost, right? For example, here you will see, we can search at service. You can say here region. First use region means now you will see you can buy a computer from anywhere. Anywhere means like normally they have some, we say, data centers, right? It is better to buy data center nearest to your country. For example, we can go to Asia. Here we can select Asia Pacific Mumbai, right? Asia Pacific Mumbai, it is near for me, near for us. Then the region, yes, I think region we can select maybe local zone and Asia. If you don't know what is it, you can click here. Region has the concept of region, which physical location of the world where clustered data centers, right? Therefore, we don't want to think, we can go to Asia, Delhi, India. I will select now, right? Here you will see Amazon EC2 means this is a kind of a computer. I will click this one, configure. Then you will see we can buy shared instances or dedicated instances. What is the difference between shares or dedicated? Shared means we are sharing one computer. Then price is low. I will select this one. Operating system Linux, right? Number of instances we can say 1. Here you will see we can skip that part. Now here you will see different computers. Now consider you go to a computer hardware shop. They will tell you, okay, you need a computer with 2 CPUs. We say core, right? Number of cores. 4 means quad core. 8 means here you can see the third one is 8 core. Then the third one, first column means this instance name is computer name for easy. It is easy to refer. Number of CPU you will see 2, 4, 8, 8, 8, 16. You can buy very large servers too. Memory 4, 16. Sometimes you maybe need 3 third one 16 GB. And also network performance, the data transfer, right? Then data storage, you can buy storage, and you can see the hourly cost here, right? And then you can see payment of, if you go 3-year reservation term, then you may have low cost. And also instant saving plans, right? There are different plans, or maybe you can go to on demand here. Then save and view summary. Now here you can see show detail. You can see total monthly cost $335 because I selected a powerful computer, right? But if I select this one, then you will see $44. Total cost reduced to $44. Right? If you go to this one 44 no upfront, then you will see $21. All upfront, if you pay for the 3 years, you should pay only $799 for the 3 years, entire 3 years. With no upfront, monthly $21. Do you have any questions? This is not a technical discussion, right? It is like you consider rent a computer with different resources, right? You can add hardware, more memory, and you can add storage later, right? Here you will see some calculations, electric. You can see how many storage you need, right? For example, 15 GB, then it increases to $25. If you say 100 GB, 47, right? 50 GB, then you will see about $34. data transfer optional. You can see some data transfer. Actually, we are not using, but you should know these type of services are available, right? Do you have any question about this? Or we'll discuss about cloud computing, and then this is probably Microsoft, right? If you want, you can go to this slide and please check Google Cloud Calculator also there. You can go and see. You can see compute. This it is simple compute engine, cloud TPU. Right? You will see some. Again, this is structure. You can buy. You can rent a computer. Right? Now I don't want to explain again because I already explained about platform as a service, software as a service, right? Then I think today I have a plan to discuss this information technology, the technical. It is a basically technical discussion about software technology, what software available, network technology. It was a very short discussion, but I think you have idea about this three type of networks. And then hardware technology. Normally we discuss about cloud, but as you see, cloud is not a simple term. There are three type of cloud technologies, right? Now right, if you have any question we can discuss. Otherwise actually we can stop after maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and then it is better if we can arrange a lecture about 2 hours evening session, right? Because we already missed one session, right? uh, do you have any convenient time?
After 7 o'clock.
Yes, if you are free after 7, even maybe 8, okay, if you go home and if you have some work, maybe 8 to 9:30 or 10 o'clock, right? Then if we conduct 2 or 3 sessions, actually we can skip the Sunday session. Otherwise, we can have a Sunday session also, if you prefer for the Sunday session. But if we can manage, I prepare for evenings. Then is that okay next Tuesday or Wednesday? Do you have any plans for Tuesday or Wednesday?
I'm
Okay.
okay.
Okay. If others also don't have, I will send a link and prior notice, and then also I will update this recorded lecture, and also I will upload the slideshow for the next sessions, right? I highly appreciate if you can go through and come with a kind of an idea about the topics that we are going to discuss in the next few sessions, right? It may be more effective. uh, okay, do you have any questions? Okay, if you don't have any question, we can consider this as today as a 2-hour session, since we took a small break also about 10 to 20 minutes, right? Then we have to discuss few other topics, and I hope to discuss about one of the ERP if you have not studied before. It calls Odoo. If possible, please try to create account in Odoo. You don't need to create a ERP, just only account, right? I can show you the website. It is called odoo.com, and it may be easy. Just it says, right? Even this is for businesses, enterprises and large businesses. I can demonstrate this system, then it will be help to understand these large government systems, how they work, what is a module, etc. Right? Therefore, try to install, not install. Here you will see this is an example for software as a service. Suppose for your organization, you need ERP system to manage HRM. You want to sell, you want to create a website. If you are manufacturing firm, you need to you need to buy material. Even for a shop, you need to buy products. You want to contact with customers and vendors, right? In that case, this is a very good ERP system. In addition, we can get an idea about the government systems, right? That's why I prefer to use this one. And also this is example for software as a service, right? Within 5 minutes, you can get a copy of your ERP system. You can access from anywhere. You don't want to install, you don't need any persons to manage this system. You only use this system and you pay monthly cost, right? But you don't want to pay for this system. We can create 3 accounts as students for 10 months. It is more than enough to discuss. It is more than enough to practice, right? Okay, then if you don't have any questions, now we can stop for today, and thank you for your participation. I highly appreciate the next day if you prepare with the place that you can discuss, right? Otherwise it will be boring for me also, because it is very difficult to conduct lecture without interaction, right? But anyway, some of you talk and help me to continue, right? But otherwise, normally I don't conduct online lectures. If a student just it is like just talking to a computer, right? It is better to record and share. But as you know, it is now you can learn all these concepts, right? Therefore, if you want to give you a certificate, you are a master student in University of Sijawardhanapura, you should have a kind of skills, right? Not only just knowledge. That's why we want to arrange interactive sessions, even online, right? We can learn and also enhance our skills if we interact each other, right? Therefore, please try to find a place, because this is an opportunity. Otherwise, you should come to the university, spend your time and also money, and also then Sunday, now when the lecture is finished, you are at home, right? Please consider you have received so many advantages because of the online, and therefore you also should contribute and respect to the environment, right? Otherwise, I will discuss, and normally I don't like, but since this is a public administration and this is my department, my former department, that's why I continue. Otherwise, I will stop lectures and I will say I don't want to conduct lectures in a place where students interact. Don't want to interact, right? This please. Sometime maybe today you may have problems because of the weather, right? But next day, please, even mobile phone is enough. Find a place. Even you don't need a very large place, right? In a room, and prepare for an interactive session. Then I will discuss with the coordinator and also inform a date, and then we can try to conduct first maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. I will send you detail through the WhatsApp group. Okay, then I will stop maybe.
Thank you, Master.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you very much.